Strange thing, the Kia Soul. In the US, it's consistently sold over 100,000 units every year, mainly to college students. But here in the UK, its boxy proportions have meant it previously found favour with buyers of, shall we say, an older generation. For the new model, Kia have reworked the Soul from the ground up, and it now uses the platform from the excellent Kia Ceed. Although Kia's designers have given it a few more SUV styling overtones, buyers have told Kia that they appreciate the high up driving position and the sense of safety, but don't want the poor fuel economy and high tax bills that normally come with it. As a result, all Soul models are two-wheel drive only, and you might be relieved to hear that the acid green paintwork of our test car is entirely optional. Inside, there's a truly colossal amount of space and a vast range of adjustment for both the seats and steering wheel, so drivers of pretty much every shape and size should be able to get comfortable. The material quality has been increased over the old model, the controls all have a quality feel, and all but the base model get a chunky leather steering wheel that feels great in the hands. The dials are beautifully clear and easy to read, although the red display of the central trip computer can be a little hard to see when wearing sunglasses. All models are equipped with air conditioning, while Connect Plus models get full climate control, plus an 8-speaker Infinity audio system complete with a sub mounted in the boot, a pair of speakers either side of the dash, another on the top, and what Kia calls mood lights on the front door speakers that either change colour with the music or pulse gently to themselves like a pair of psychedelic Mister-Runs. All but the base model get a reversing camera, while Connect Plus models also get a pretty decent navigation system. It has full UK postcode functionality and it's pretty responsive through the various screens, although I will say the screen is very bright even in night mode and I find myself turning it off to avoid glare. Rear seat passengers have got it made, the wide opening doors making getting in easy, there's tons of head and legroom even for those over 6 foot, and the floor is almost completely flat, meaning no one should need to squabble over foot space. Boot space is increased over the old model, there's now 354 litres with the seats in place, and this rises to 1,367 litres with the seats folded. Although the seats don't fold flat, it still leaves you with an unusually tall load space, so suitcases can fit upright, allowing you to get more in, although we should mention there is a bit of a load lip to lug them over. Top spec models get a dual level boot floor, while underneath that is room for a space over spare wheel. Two 1.6 litre engines are available, one petrol with 130 horsepower and the other diesel with 126. The diesel's the better bet as its performance is about the same as the petrol, yet is cheaper to tax and uses less fuel, recording 56.5 mpg on the government tests and around 48 mpg during our time with it. On the move, while there is some diesel clatter when it's cold, once it's warmed up it settles down well. The 6-speed manual gearbox has a very slick action to it, and together with a nicely balanced clutch, it feels incredibly easy to drive. It rides well too. The Soul chassis has been retuned for Europe and they've given it a slightly sportier edge, although this hasn't been at the expense of ride comfort thankfully. Around town it smooths away the bumps quietly and efficiently, the only area we noticed that could use improvement was dealing with sharp bridges at speed. For a tall car, it controls its body movements well, with both pitch and roll kept well in check, although pile into a roundabout at speed and you'll be served a large helping of understeer, as you might expect. And while it responds keenly to commands through the steering wheel, there's not a great deal of feedback on offer, and despite 3 separate settings, each is a little over generous with the power assistance. Still, that makes it great for parking. This easygoing nature is part of the Soul's charm. It'll cheerfully do most things you could ask of it, and do them well. While personally the Soul styling isn't for me, it does have a characterful edge that appeals to many, and I have to say the way it drives makes it incredibly easy to live with.